Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got an unboxing and a first thoughts kind of review. A company that contacted me called Onnais. Now they make some pretty cool products actually, which I think can be used for real steel as well as airsoft stuff, which is one of the things they sent me, and they sent me this for free just so that I could review it and give you guys a discount, and then also give these away to channel members in our member giveaways that we have regularly. This is a gun safe, so like a biometric small safe for handguns. Again, no real firearms are going to be shown in this video. This is all replica stuff. However, this gun safe can be used for both. And then this is a trigger lock. Now this one I'm going to unbox first, but it's called, I believe they're Iron Pro. So they have different levels of gun safes. And these are available on Amazon. I'll have links below, as I said, to the products. So if you like the look of them and you kind of can hear my point of view on what I think, then you want to go and buy one, then you can definitely do that. And there will be links below for you to go and do this. But the company is called Onnais. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I always need more storage for my replicas, especially. So I thought, you know what? This is a great thing. The thing I always do is if people reach out to me about doing collaborations now, I don't know if you can tell, but my camera setup has been upgraded somewhat. I can now move my head and it will actually follow me. This is not someone filming. I'll have companies reach out to me, and what I do like to do is actually look at the reviews already that are on the products, because what I don't want to do is have a item on here that I review and then it's awful and then I have to say I don't really like it. It's a waste of your time, but also I don't want to give a positive opinion on something unless I really think it's good. And if a lot of people are saying they have issues with this, my first review videos can be great. However, they can also not be as in-depth as someone using it, writing a review on it. So everything I like to kind of look at and review on the channel, I actually make sure it's got a good review, and this one does on Amazon, or both of these products do, and this company does, and they've actually been great to deal with. So looking at the product to start with, this is a pretty cool design. So as you can see, it's kind of got these like cuts and indents like in it, which I think is pretty cool. It looks like it's probably large enough to do 2 firearms or 2 pistols, handguns. I think that they do make slightly larger ones that will do 3 or 4. So if that's what you're kind of looking for, then that's a great thing. I actually have one of these next to my bed for a real steel, like home defense wise. I moved to a house with my family, and instead of being in like the townhouse that we were in with shared walls, I realized I live in the US and a lot of people who are criminals here do have firearms. So it was a couple of times when my wife was like, hey, I think I heard something downstairs. Do you want to go and check it? And I was like, yes, I do. And as I'm walking down the stairs, I'm like, what am I going to do? Because the person that breaks into my house is probably going to have a firearm. And so there's not much that I'm actually going to be able to do in terms of defending my family. So I actually have one of these next to my bed. I have 2 kids, and so I make sure it's biometrically locked. And so I do definitely see there's a huge market for these. For airsoft, not as much, but actually I try and keep my airsoft replicas as far away from my kids as I possibly can as well. Not as much life-threatening damage that can be done, but definitely damage in terms of like shooting each other, their eyes, like anything that is damaged with airsoft. You give that to a kid, it's a lot worse. So having something like this, I actually think for a lot of people is probably pretty viable. So it comes with a quick start guide, which I actually really like, because I don't really want to read through a massive long kind of instruction manual, but it's telling me how to kind of set this thing up. I might need to actually just go and quickly grab some batteries, so I'll pause this in a second. But it looks like it comes with a key. It comes with combination lock buttons on here, so I can set up a combination lock. And then it also has this, which I believe will be the biometric sensor, where I can put my finger onto it, and it's going to effectively unlock it with my fingerprint. Okay, so by turning that key, it's popped the top up off this. And then this is something I got in my other one, which I think is really good. This actually is kind of like one of the like bike lock kind of style cables, and this means that you can actually bolt this thing down to a solid point in your home office, wherever you're going to put it. And that means that actually if someone tries to pick it up and run away with it, then that makes that a lot more difficult. On the inside, you've kind of got this foam here. So that's going to protect anything that you have in here. Of course, you don't actually have to use this for firearms either. You could use it for just valuables, whether that's jewelry. I've actually got some quite valuable Pokemon cards, so those would fit in there quite nicely just because they actually are going to, you know, pad and actually be protected on the inside. One thing I've just noticed, which I like, is this hinge. So as you can see there, it like comes off the back center, which I was thinking, why have they done that? And then I realized, like, if you're reaching into the safe to get your firearm or whatever you're getting out of it, sometimes if this little lid just lifted up like a small bit, then it's going to be very hard to get your hand in. I've got a huge space here where I can actually just go into grab, which I think is really valuable because these things are meant for speed a lot of the time. So I think that is a pretty good little design feature there. So it looks like I need to put some batteries in this thing. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna go quickly and grab some batteries. So I'll be 1 second. It won't seem like any time for you guys, but I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so I'm back. I just got some AA batteries, which it looks like this is what they're going to take. So it's going to take 4 of these AA's. I think this is going to be a fairly similar setup to if any of you guys have had gun safes before or similar to this. You're going to have internally a way to put the power in, because obviously you don't want... Oh. Camera decides to take off and come see me here. Hi, you want to come over here? There we go. It is going to be something that internally is going to have the power source, because obviously it's going to start seeing this. I need to work out the camera situation on here because that is not exactly... I need to bring that forward, I think, because otherwise as I go down like that, it's going to just show you the top of my computer screen, which isn't exactly great for your viewing pleasure. And then I am going to put this in here. It's just given me a little beep there. So it tells me here, reset your device, make sure the battery's installed, quick press the reset button 3 times continuously. And so the reset button, I think, is here. D is the built-in light. A reset button. Where is the reset button? Is there a reset button inside? Sorry guys, again, getting the camera up here. Reset button. Where the reset button is. Am I just missing something very easily here? F, steel cable groove, keyhole, fingerprint scanner, digital keyboard, built-in light, battery box. So that might have been the 2 beeps that I heard, actually, was that there. So let's see if... where's the add button? Okay, so I don't know where these buttons are. I need to work out if I am missing some of the buttons here. Ah, here. Okay, sorry. So that's very, very obvious, and sorry for the delay there. So I need to push the reset button when it's open 3 times. Okay, so that's done the double thing, and then I'm going to put the add button. So I'm going to hit add button, and then add the digital thing and press OK. So I'm going to hit add, and then I'm going to go with the standard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that has, and then hit the same again. Okay, enter the same digit, so, and otherwise it will beep. Okay, 2 long beeps if setting successfully. So let's try and close this now. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. Perfect, and that opens up. So that seems like a really solid lock in there. I'll just show you guys here so that you can get that idea as well. So I've put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. And that just pings open there. So then I can just lift it and grab. I will show you me putting something in here now. Let's just quickly set up the fingerprint. Okay, be sure to add digital password successful before adding fingerprints. Okay, we've done that. Press the add button and put your finger on the designated place 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that sounds like it's done it. I always try and move my finger around a little bit, like how you do in, I don't know if you've done like, you know, when you do your finger thing on, or you used to do finger thing, you do it on iPads and stuff, on your Apple stuff, then you can kind of put your finger in, it makes you kind of move the location. So let's try that now. Opens. So that's really quick. So all I literally do here is I just go, I'm trying to do it in reverse. Oh. Now I'm like trying to think if I'm doing the right finger. There you go. Okay, well it works when I do it facing this way. So I'll show it to you this way. There. So it just opens up, and that actually is opening fully now. Okay. So that means that then I've got access to whatever I've got. So that, for the price on this one, is actually only $74.99. So for $75, I've got the ability to secure stuff. Let's see what it's going to fit in here. Maybe the Sand Viper is one of the bigger pistols. Can't do it upside down. So I'm going to see if this fits in here. Oh, there we go. I'm going to put this in here. So it fits my Sand Viper fine, but that's going to be like a 1 pistol. That one, because that is a bigger pistol for sure. Maybe if I try, and obviously then if I've got multiple mags, that's easy to fit in there. I can do my mags and my pistol. And then if I'm going to go with a, let's say we go with a Desert Eagle. I don't know if this is going to fit. Okay, so that fits. So your Desert Eagle fits pretty nicely in there. So that's a nice little one, just to make sure that it's going to fit some large stuff in it. Okay, here is a Glock 45. Again, that's going to be a single pistol. So this really, I would say, unless you're going for smaller stuff, is going to be, like if I take my Glock 26 and USP Compact, we'll see if that fits both. Yeah, so that fits both. So my real steel is actually a, my real steel, come over here, camera. My real steel is actually a Glock 26, so I can fit 2 of those in here with a load of mags, but that gives you an idea of the Iron Pro. I think they do an Iron Pro SE, which is a bigger version, and that one is around, it does fit maybe 2 to 4 actual pistols in it. So guys, so that is me set up with this. I obviously have the keys. I'd probably keep these in another safe. It's full metal. Yeah, I think it's full metal. It's very solid built. It's got this, I think here is the cable lock. So I can put the actual cable straight in there and then bolt it down so that someone who tries to steal it isn't going to be able to just run away with it. I could easily keep this in my car, which I think is pretty good. The weight of it's not bad at all. And for $75, I think it's pretty solid. Like, I think you can get probably some like much bigger, more solid, you know, like insanely expensive ones if you were going for that. But this, in terms of I need to keep my firearm out of the way, out of my kids' hands, whatever you're going down that route, that's good. Oh. So that is the Iron Pro $74.99, which takes us on to this, which is actually the one that I'm more excited for, which is a trigger lock. And again, I think I like actually kind of having my stuff out and around. Which is not a good thing, and it's not advisable at all. Another quick start guide. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. It's not advisable at all to have your stuff lying around, but I do quite like being able to play around with it and look at it. And that means that if I've got my trigger guard on instead of having a in a lockbox, then that can help quite a lot. Okay, so this is quite cool. These keys are a bit different. Again, come over here, camera. Thank you. These keys are a bit different. You've got like a little folding here, which is quite cool. And then this is a charging cable. So that might be annoying because that means we may have to charge it before I can use it. I'm going to try and see if it's got any battery in it. If not, I might just have to kind of show you guys what it's like with the lock in place and not kind of go down the route of actually showing you how it works. But with this one, again, you've got biometric thing here, and then you've also got your buttons here, which you can press. So charging, you're supposed to insert the charging cable for 4 hours. So that's not great. You have to use a pin here. So that again is like a SIM card pin. I need to use that to reset it. So I'm going to pull that off now so I can try and set it up if it has battery. So that's just something to bear in mind. I mean, a normal pin's going to work with that, but it might just be, you know, something you do not want to lose straight away. Okay, so charging's that. Unlock. So unlock with putting this password 1 2 3 4 1. Oh, so that's pretty cool. So that literally just separates there. That was in there like that. And then if I want to lock it, let's see what the locking exercise is. Insert add within 60 seconds after unlocking. Okay, probably should have read that before I did it. Okay, okay, well that relocked, so that's fine. So I want to insert add, and then the light's going to turn blue, and then I'm going to put my okay, so that's done a double beep. The light will turn blue and green in sequence. First the light turns blue, keep flashing, enter the password. Where is the light? If that's the light, it's not flashing. Let me just see if we're going to put this back here. What I might actually do, guys, is just... Okay, what I might do is just show you how this works. It's going to be a very similar setup where you're kind of doing that. I'm just going to be putting in my biometric fingerprint there, and then I'm also just going to be putting in the code. But I don't know if I want to switch it over right now because then I need to remember what it is and then redo it. It's actually on here, got some examples as well of the actual trigger locks that you can kind of use it on. And it looks like each of these pins here is going to allow me basically to kind of set it into a different location. So I'm going to open it up. So luckily what we have is different versions of this. This is location wise. Let me just see. If I'm putting it this way, I think this is what we're doing here. So we're going to put this basically into that spot with the long piece, and then we've got these little nubs here which are gonna go into locations around it. So this one's actually harder, I think, because this is a 1911 style. We'll see if this works here. That is actually going to push my, that is going to work. And that is locking it really well, but it actually did push my mag release there when I tried to put it on. But that is trigger locking it really well. Come over here, camera. It's trigger locking it really well. And it means that there's obviously no way of me pulling the trigger there. I've got that set up right there. So all I need to do is go 1, 2, oh, I just messed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that's opened it up. And then that's ready to go. So I think that's pretty great. It works very well on the Sand Viper, which is good. Let's try it on the Deagle. This one looks like it's gonna be an easier fit. Although, like, it's interesting with these little pins here. I'll show you. With these little pins here, you can kind of orient it as you want. So I could go, right, I want it that way. As long as the pins are kind of sat around where the trigger guard is, it looks like it's going to work. That's why it's going to work with like a majority of pistols, it seems, because that is, there we go. Do I need to unlock this again? Sorry, I want that way, and then this way. Okay, cool. So that is, again, so that hit my mag release as I was putting it in. So you may want to just remove that mag release. But again, it's really solid, this thing. I've got the little buttons here, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And obviously I can change that password as I want, and then I can select and put it on here. Price of this one actually is even cheaper, which I was quite surprised by. And this one is $45.99. So, I mean, if you've got, you could use it in the safe zone, to be honest. Like if you have a different, if you have replicas that are sitting there and you don't want people to take them, it's probably just another level of kind of like barrier where someone's like, oh, I'd like to pick up your pistol and steal it. This having a trigger lock on it is probably going to help you quite significantly, and it means that they're just not going to bother taking it because they're not going to get a trigger lock off it, or if they try, it's going to be a lot. It's a half-second release, so it's a really fast release. 360 touch apparently, so wherever you touch it around here, it's going to go. Apparently you can have 50 plus multiple profiles, so it's 50 different kind of like fingers or people that could open this up, which I think is actually really cool. But for $45, that seems pretty great. Okay, I'm going to run through anything else that I've missed on this. So this one has, there we go. This one has 360 lock. Okay, so it is whatever angle you're putting your finger on, it's good. And I think that in a speed situation means that, oh wait, if it's the wrong angle, I'm trying to grab at it quickly, then that's good. It stores up to 50 fingerprints, so I'd put probably all of my right hand fingerprints or maybe all of my 10 fingerprints on there just in case. But then obviously, like if you're doing that for 5 people, you can do that quite easily. Do it for my wife if I'm not here, etc. It's portable and lightweight, yeah, I agree with that. And apparently it's durable build quality. From what I can see, that's the same. So I like the scanner on that, seems to work really well. And actually I like how much the actual lid opens. Fits every one of my firearms so far, including the Desert Eagle. You're not going to put an SMG in there, it's not going to fit, but I think they do bigger versions. And at $75, I think that's pretty good. This thing I actually really like, and I might get a few of these for other things, namely because I could actually double these up. My wife gets very stressed, as she's very right to do, about our kids kind of like getting involved in finding the firearms obviously that I have here, and I think that is very justified. So actually having it's going to slow me down a lot, but having the ability to put this trigger lock on and then put it in the actual gun safe as well means there's no way my kid's going to activate what is in there. So I like this. It's obviously very small. It has the same things where you can put 50 trigger points on it. It's got a lock on it, so you can just open it up if you forget your code or for some reason your fingerprints don't work. This one you can charge it with a USB-C, which actually I think I probably prefer rather than having batteries in it. I mean, if you put batteries in this, it'd be a lot heavier. Firearms fitting wise, it's fit everything so far. Let's just make sure it fits these other ones that you guys may want to know about. So that's locking in there. That fits my USP compact. And I can't imagine it's not going to fit a Glock 26. That's definitely, the Glock trigger point is going to be the one that probably is going to fit everything. Again, locks that. So there's just no way you can get your finger anywhere near that. So I'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, open, boom. I definitely think out of the two products, this one's my favorite. I'm a big fan of just how this thing seems to work. Like it's definitely a pretty cool attachment just to have on everything. And obviously I think firearms, as I was saying, I think would be better. And at $46, $45.99, I think that's pretty great. So if you guys are interested in either of these products, that's kind of my honest opinion on them. I'm sure you can get more expensive versions from other companies if that's what you want, but these are well reviewed and they're at very good price points. So if you are interested in getting one of those, you can definitely just go down below into the description. You will find a link which will give you a discount code. I think it's about 5%, so not a huge amount, but it will give you some money off. And feel free to use that and get the products that you really want, or the products that I've shown here, not what you really want. And my only downside maybe is the size of this, but you can get that done, and I don't think there is many downsides to this because it's a trigger lock. I mean, the only other test that I could do is trying to break into them, which could be something that I could do if that's something you really want to see. But actually, I think probably the members would be more interested in getting sent these. I might keep this one, to be honest, just from the base of that review. But this one for sure I will send to one of the members, which is going to be expensive shipping. So if you're interested in being a member, join the channel, and if you join the channel, you will get regular giveaways. Every time I review these products, I'm giving them away. So it is different tier levels for different amounts of names in each draw. You can see all of that on the website, but if you have any questions, put a comment down below. If you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for giving me your time. Speak to you all soon. Goodbye.